6:14. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Kathy Lee, could you
Yeah.
do the roll call, please?
Arbaugh present, Julian,
Present?
Polish, oh yeah, Eric's not here, Split,
Here?
Robita,
Here?
is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Rovita, okay. Okay, we do have a quorum. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the agenda for tonight.
I'll make the first.
Second?
Okay, there's a first and a second to approve the agenda tonight. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carries. Kathy Lee, you have the last month's
Did you guys not get it?
past minutes.
No.
No.
Oh my gosh, I emailed it to everybody.
Oh, I was under the impression that you were gonna hand them out, but that's okay.
No, that's
We'll take a
okay.
minute and we'll just quick go through them.
I'm sorry, I should have brought more. I know you people are needy.
I'm sure they were, you got Aaron's regretful decision to leave.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm fine with it. You will probably
It's just a lot of
abstain,
brouhaha.
Terry, because you, yeah, okay.
You like your new space better? Yes and no?
We had a long discussion about that today, and we'll be making some decisions on some things coming up.
Yeah, it's so tough, don't you think, Jen?
Mhm.
Just being in business and then having a spot, finding the right spot.
What's hindering us right now is retail. There's no retail space. I mean, as big as that place is, there's no retail space to set up.
I see.
Because at 5 o'clock, they have, the bar opens up, so
Oh.
anything we have sitting out,
Mhm. Gotta
Goes
go.
away. Honestly, oh my word. Okay.
Since we've seen the minutes now, I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the last month's minutes.
I'll approve.
I will second. There's a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Terry's gonna abstain.
Oh. That's such a weird.
Yeah.
I can either say yes or no.
Okay.
I don't think there was any change in
Right.
the
That's
financial
No.
report.
27/21/12.
Correct. So I would entertain a motion to accept the financial report with no changes.
So moved.
There's a first and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. There is no public here for public comment. So we'll get down to the number 7, the certificate of appropriateness applications. So we've been trying to, for 114 Watson Street,
Right.
we've been trying to get Sam Luna to come in and show us again. He was here for one meeting and then the meeting was canceled because of lack of quorum.
Oh,
I did go down and talk to him 2 Saturdays ago, and what he's looking for is a metal cutout sign that goes right above the door. There's a little inset area of the store, or
Okay.
of the building,
Yeah.
and,
There's a light that hangs down
Yep.
there, and what they wanna do is take that light out, and then they put a light bar behind the sign, so when people would know then that when it's lit up, they're open, that's the type of
Do you
deal.
think it's doable? Or is it a Sam dream? Same as the
Well,
wild guy.
okay, because I am in that building,
Yeah.
it can be, I think it can be doable,
Uh-huh.
but I think because the high school is making the other sign.
Mhm.
So if you were bringing in, if this was going to be a sign done professionally and then put together and set up professionally, it probably could be done. If you're gonna lowball it, then it's gonna be
Yeah,
probably a mess.
because there's such a ratio between opaque and clear.
That's what
So
I'm
that,
thinking,
yeah,
yeah.
because we
Mhm.
just went through that with our dress above our door, we had to
Mhm.
get special lighting.
Well, I think also one of the things I think about is that, I think for the size of that building,
Mm-hmm.
a sign this big above the door,
Oh, it's not big enough,
Mhm.
yeah.
I don't think it'll look very well.
All right, well, what do you think, should we just zip it or should we table it?
Well, I know Sam wants to get a light up there. Um,
Can we okay a light but not a sign? I mean, I just don't have enough.
Do you have any?
Yeah,
He's got, there's a light there now.
Right, there's a light
Right,
there
there's a
now.
light there now.
Terry, is he gonna use metal or?
It was cut out metal is what they were
Mhm.
looking at.
Oh.
That's why the high school was doing it.
I would be okay with cutout metal.
Yeah,
It probably would look hot for a bar. But wait, I mean, we have to speak to him, right?
right, I guess I hate to keep putting it off, but I would really like to see for everybody what.
If you had a scale drawing of the
Yes.
front of that building, you know,
Right.
you don't
Yeah.
need the whole building, but at least the
Mhm.
doors
Right,
with
right,
the
right.
sign showing what it would look like would make a big difference.
Yeah.
Right,
Or just him coming to represent the materials and all of that, because we don't have anything,
right,
just an application,
Mhm.
yes.
which is tough.
Yeah, I guess my recommendation would be, we table one more month and try to get more information, the size
I know they're setting
and,
up for some big party tonight, so I'm not surprised it's not here.
Tomorrow they've got other vendors coming in, so tomorrow night after, I think, 5 or 6 o'clock, then it's opening up, so it's kinda like Christmas
Like a flea market.
bash, cause I know like Adorn was gonna be there, and I think Deer Prudence is gonna be there, and
Mhm.
Brinkley's and a bunch of,
Fun.
Okay.
yeah.
yeah, I'll make a motion to table for the January meeting pending more information.
Okay,
I'll
split.
second that.
Okay,
I agree.
we have a motion and a second for
Got it.
114 Watson
So we're
Street.
gonna table it this time, and maybe a couple of us should call and
Yes,
talk about the importance of being here.
absolutely.
Okay,
And
I'll
Terry
I'll
can,
talk to them too
Pass
about,
that.
you
yeah,
know,
it's just a tough,
seeing if they can get somebody, with everybody knows, somebody should be able to at least do a good enough drawing
A
to show
mock-up
what
or-
it,
yeah.
to show what it's going to look
Mhm.
like. And
I agree.
cause
so,
that way you can see the dimensions of the door, the dimensions of the sign, because that building is huge.
I know.
There's just, I mean,
As tall as
Yeah.
wide and it's.
right,
yeah.
and there's, you know, it's like, even with us being in there, people don't notice the height, so I keep telling everybody the old treasury. Every once in a while, you run into somebody that says,
oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
what's the treasury?
Yeah.
But 114, there's no 114 on that building.
Right,
Correct.
right,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Right, it's hard to find it,
It's
yeah.
hard to get
Even though it
pieces
is so
of
big, it's still hard to find
Right,
it,
but
yeah.
people don't understand, okay, I don't know what the numbers are, but if this one's 110 and the one next to it's 118, I would think 114 is the building in the
Yes.
middle, right?
Mhm.
But,
That's how my
Okay.
husband is, he doesn't get addresses. Like, all the evens are on one side, Steve, all the odds. We discovered that in Paris. I was like, oh my gosh, you need to get it together.
Oh, okay, we do have a motion and a second to table for the January meeting for 114 Watson Street lighted sign.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next item is 322 Watson Street, and that, if you remember from last meeting, they came for a certificate of appropriateness, but the work is already done. So
So did we talk to them, or did,
what I did, I called Susan Leahy, the building inspector,
Yeah.
And she had no idea it was done. She went right away, looked at it. She said that she's fine with the material that they used,
Okay.
and the workmanship, you know, is fine on her end. The fine for doing that work without certificate of appropriateness is double the cost of the building permit. So, she said she would be, and I don't wanna call it a fine, but she's thought that that's what that would be if we approve what he has done.
I have not seen it.
And this has never really been done like this before, so we
Right.
have to go physically, we will have to go look at it,
Yeah.
make sure that we approve of
Have
it.
you seen it?
Yes,
What do you think of that?
it,
It's not flashy, but it's a.
it's not the material that I would choose.
It's like Vines and whatever, that guy before Sam. That was a horrible sign, but we approved it.
Yeah.
Because it was acceptable. It
Right,
just wasn't
yeah.
planned.
So, I'm not gonna say that it's, I think it will get approved, but we just need everybody to look at it and make
Yeah.
sure we're in consensus.
Sure.
Okay.
So we have to table this for the next January meeting and make sure we all at least do a drive-by and look at it. It's
Yes.
not painted, but that doesn't matter. You
No.
know, we don't pick paint colors anyway, so.
Right. I called her as well, but I just left a message, so I'm glad you had an opportunity.
Yeah, I did. I talked to her, so. I would entertain a motion to table that for January.
I would second.
Okay.
I have a hard time, just FYI, with charging him or her, because we've had this happen before and we didn't go after him. I don't know how you guys feel, but,
Mhm.
Well, we kind of brought that up last time, we have to start somewhere.
like.
Yeah, we do, and then we had, the most trouble we had that I remember was, we had a different building inspector, and things were just,
Yep.
they weren't
Oh.
getting passed on to us.
Nothing was consistent.
Right. Sometimes they would come to us, other times it was like you drive downtown and there's a new door on that store, or something.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, with Susan, who is very meticulous, and she's a good inspector, she'll keep her eye on everything, so
And
Okay.
also,
I
that was
think-
before we were legitimately locally
locally yes.
So
Oh.
that's kind of the tip, I think
Correct.
that's sort of our
That's a
angle
good
last
point.
week, yeah.
Yes.
Like that's like our tipping point
Yep.
where it's like, okay, now it's
Mhm.
official.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, did we vote on that? I
You
think
we just
and,
Yeah.
we did vote on, yeah,
Yes.
okay, good.
Whit and
So-
Julian. Sorry, I talked too much.
No, that's fine. Okay, well, that does it for those two certificates of appropriateness.
Yeah.
Um,
You know, January 7th is our next meeting, if you don't mind dropping a bomb on Sam. That would be cool.
Yeah.
So,
Number 8 is Register of Deeds registration for locally designated buildings. I talked about this last month,
Yeah.
and I haven't touched base with Ludd to find out the exact. if
Well,
it-
you and Aaron were talking about that night, we didn't have the meeting.
Right, right.
Okay.
And it boils down to that when I called the Register of Deeds and used my building 211 Watson for her to look up if anything is flagged, that it's a, locally designated historic district, and there was nothing. So we need to pursue that to make sure that all gets done, and I'll just keep on that
Yeah.
for next month.
That's insane. We
Yeah.
spent all this money and they don't have it.
Scary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, number 9, new members. I have 2 possible new members. Steve Reimer would like to come back, and Steve Hollenbeck, who was on like a little over a year ago. He was our president. And it just ties in with number 10, so I'm gonna skip right down to number 10. For Steve Reimer and Steve Hollenbeck to come back, they would prefer and need, especially Steve Reimer, a Saturday morning meeting.
That kills me.
And it's up to us body to decide. I talked with Lori Rich, it's perfectly fine.
To be here.
Yes, I talked with Riley in the cable TV. He said it's somewhat of an inconvenience because they have basketball on Saturdays for like December, January, and February. But he'll make it work. If we need a Saturday meeting to keep the commission going, he'll do it. But it's up to us if we,
I personally do a lot more volunteer than just this.
mhm,
And to start eking into my weekends is tough.
mhm,
Unless it's like early morning so we can still get a project done at home.
mhm.
What were they thinking?
For them, the earlier the better, for the cable TV.
What do you think?
Early's fine for me.
I'm flexible.
Bend me, shape me.
I mean, when you say early, do you mean 9?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's early in my house.
Okay.
We're all like 5, I can be here at 5.
Yeah,
I know.
and we can certainly discuss that, or if that's a consensus right now, I can, and it's still not a done deal, put it that way, because Steve and Steve both said, yeah, if you can get Saturdays, we'll come back on. Well, maybe they've changed your mind, I don't know.
Okay.
So I will throw this at
So
them.
it's at 9 AM if they both, otherwise we'll keep it
Yes,
at 7:30. 9 AM.
okay, and I'll get a hold of those two for our next meeting then and talk to them, and I'll have more information on that. And I don't know, everybody must know Steve, it's Steve, right?
Oh,
Steve,
sure.
right, yeah.
I
Two
love
good-
Steve Reimer. He's
Two
a
good
dog.
guys, historic,
Mhm.
you
They
know,
their
minded.
stuff, which is
Yes,
cool.
which is helpful, and they have connections, and that's really the only reason I would consider going to a Saturday meeting, would be
Absolutely.
that.
There's integrity there.
That's
Mhm.
lovely to say.
Okay, 11, future agenda items. I have one, I believe we're gonna have to elect a new vice chair because of Aaron resigning. I got bumped up to,
Oh. When are
Sure.
our votes?
I don't know, we should check on
Yeah,
that.
maybe we can just combine it if it's close enough.
If it's close enough, I can just do it
You
as
can be
vice
both.
chair. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, we'll check.
Split personality.
Yeah, believe me, I've heard them all. So I will check on when, what would it be? When it's time to change?
Yeah, when
to-
do we renew? When
Yeah.
does everybody renew?
When to renew,
Because I think
perfect
after
one.
next year I'm out. I think, isn't it 3 years?
Oh, it's
I
like
think it's,
7, 6. It's quite a bit, isn't it?
3's the minimum, or I mean, there's no minimum or maximum, but I mean, you could just say, I'm gonna stay on.
Oh,
and
I
just-
can? Okay,
Sure.
I thought they.
And then the mayor would just
They
read,
boot ya.
Yeah, like, get out of here, babe.
Oh, they need you.
Nice knowing you.
yeah,
We have people waiting.
yeah.
January
Um,
7th at 6:30.
Then the other one, and this is a little weird, but Friday, we all know that Jack Steinbring passed.
Yeah.
And Friday, I was thinking, man, we should send flowers or something. So I did go to Pick and Save, and I ordered a bouquet, or not a bouquet,
Sure.
a funeral arrangement.
Agreed.
And-
Yeah.
Paid for it myself without permission, and I don't,
Well, we don't know someone's gonna die, do we?
exactly.
I mean,
So,
can't we pay anyway?
if we decide to, it came to $63.30.
That's a
It-
little more than I would have spent, but.
Not
You
for-
probably get like 3 flowers, right?
No, it was a nice,
It was nice,
a-
I saw it.
You saw it, it was a cross.
It's
with-
beautiful.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, it was
And,
beautiful.
so,
So how do you apply to be reimbursed on?
that's what we have to decide. If I should just take the receipt to Karen, and then she would give it to
Lori?
Lori, and then it would get approved, if that's what you want. If not, I'm fine with paying it
Yeah.
out of pocket.
If they
Well,
want
I would-
something more.
No.
I'd give you cash as well, I mean, if you wanna do it
Yeah, if you
personally
wanna
too.
split it, if we can't get.
Well, we do
We
have
should
a
be able
budget, I
to.
think we should be able, because I did call Karen,
Uh-huh.
or I didn't call her, I texted her to see if they did send anything, and she said, no, we did not.
Okay,
So,
What the heck?
they
Yeah.
probably have a little bit of a heads up
I
anyway.
Sure.
think that's like totally cool.
I
yeah,
just,
thank you for
should
doing
have
that,
been,
that's awesome.
should have been done, so
Right.
I
I
was,
have to show you a
Okay.
picture. Hang on. You guys went to the funeral?
mhm.
Okay, well, I didn't go.
Yeah, I saw Steve there.
This is
Yeah.
his picture. This is him. He looks like Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah,
He
doesn't
sounds
he?
like a hottie. Yeah, my girlfriend's like, I love the mustache, and I'm like, I like the pipe. And I'm like, who smokes a pipe in a picture? So cool.
Yeah,
He was really a cool guy.
He's going to be very missed.
yeah. So, is there any other agenda items we need to put on for, that you can think of?
Let me just get this clear.
Oh, okay, sure.
Possible Saturday meetings, we're doing Saturday morning at 9 if Steve and Steve are still in.
Mm-hmm,
And then future agenda items would be the reimbursement. What was the other thing?
when to renew
Oh, yeah.
our chair and vice chair.
Okay. So, who's gonna do that? Eric? He seems to be senior, although he's not here sometimes.
Yeah,
How about
to do what, to,
be the vice chair?
oh,
Hey,
yeah,
Ray.
Is that what the?
yeah, that's okay. I was like agreeing with her.
Yeah.
And we can decide that too, I mean, if we get
I don't
Steve
think I
and
know
Steve
enough
on, then we
to
have
do it.
two more too that can help
Oh,
out.
we
Yeah.
could pick my husband, maybe Steve times 3.
Oh,
Steve,
my.
yeah,
Steve number 1, Steve number 2. Okay, so the reimbursement, and then, when do we renew, our positions?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. Next meeting date then is January 7th at 6 p.m.
I might
Unless we
start
need it
eating.
later.
No!
Oh, okay.
I would do that. Are you kidding? I gotta watch The Voice.
Yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Okay. Do we vote on the future agenda items?
No, we just write them down and then I'll put them on.
And then what
The
were we gonna
agenda.
do about your street thing? Were you gonna make some calls? I don't remember having Blossom incorporated into the,
Oh, yeah, we were kind of
Locally.
just letting
Yeah.
that go for a little bit.
letting it ride.
It kind of depends on what's going on across the street, on Blossom Street.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Did you say Mr. Rogers owns those buildings?
Yes, he does.
So we know something wonderful will happen.
Absolutely, and that's
It is.
part of the reason why I don't know if I should stick my nose into it at all right at this point.
I think he'd like
I saw they're doing
that.
something with the awnings on the American buildings. today.
Yeah,
Did they take them down?
no, they're not taking them down, they got new material and they're,
Can we have any say in that?
well, I asked, it's a good point. I asked at our last council meeting if they could be taken down.
Yeah.
And the consensus was no, because there's, across the front of that awning is hiding, there's some steel I-beams, there's
Right.
some wood, it's just not pretty.
Right.
Oh.
So
And
the
that
awning
isn't
actually-
pretty at all.
Yeah, so
That
they're gonna
torn-
repair the material on the
I think
awning.
that's a bigger eyesore than the other.
Well, we'll have to see what it looks like when they get it done.
Okay.
Did last time?
Well,
Yeah.
last time, I mean, I totally respect whoever fixed it because I'm sure it was out of their day to do it or whatever,
Right, yeah.
but it's not really pretty anymore.
Mhm.
And I think I'd rather walk under something that's not there. And save them a couple bucks
Mhm.
instead of buying the awning.
Yeah,
What do you think?
well, I think that's a done deal. I
Yeah.
It's
think they're
already
already
done.
Yeah,
working.
they were already
They were
starting.
working on it, they already had the material purchased.
Just trying to-
gosh,
Hopefully
Friday.
in less than a year
Yeah.
that something will happen.
Yeah, they're just trying
You
to
know.
get it done while weather's good before Friday, before
Mhm.
Dickens.
And I
Yeah.
noticed they're hustling on the bed and breakfast. I asked them to come and talk to us, but I don't know if Tom will.
Oh,
Tom and
for
Debbie.
the mates.
Next meeting date, okay, we got that.
January 7th, yep, 6 p.m.
Okay,
And that should do it. Just entertain a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
What?
I just wanted to make sure I got it right. Split and Robita.
Oh, okay.
All right, cool. It was fun to have you on board. It's quite a glamorous position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Well,
We actually can have an effect, which is why I like it.
Mm-hmm.
well, it was almost 2 years ago when you first talked to me about looking for somebody. And
Yeah.
we just had so much done, I had always been interested, and it was just finally going, and then finally.
You guys always have so
Then I
much.
finally talked to the mayor, and then we got everything rolling, so worked out.
Are we still on TV?
Probably.
Never mind then.
Well, we can go out in the hallway.
I was just curious if anybody's heard anything about who's running.